and welcome. I'm Gregory Lewis, and this is your next Pilates wheel workout here on Facebook Live. As always, before we get started, please be sure you've checked in with your healthcare provider before you begin this or any other workout routine. What's up, guys? It's nice to be back with you. It's been a couple weeks. I was away on a little trip to Europe. I was in Germany and in Belgium, and I had an amazing time. And I realized that sometimes and even though I spent a couple of weeks not doing traditional quote-unquote workouts in a traditional gym or fitness setting, I found that my body was really active just by going through the motions of day-to-day life. You're moving around the city, maybe you're walking, maybe you're getting somewhere on a bike, you're riding the train system, the U-Bahn in Berlin, and you're just moving around. And it's so important to be reminded that life itself is movement. And when we come here to the Pilates practice, and especially with the Pilates wheel, what we're doing is reminding ourselves of the importance of movement. And so sometimes when we work this system and we think of these exercises and we think, oh, this is not a typical gym exercise, or what is this for? Sometimes it's just about movement itself. I worked with a teacher in the past who told me that when we do Pilates, we are exaggerating the way we move in our day-to-day lives. And so I'd like to keep that in mind as we go into our workout today. We're moving in our workout so that we can move well in our active day-to-day lives, and hopefully they are active day-to-day lives. Anyway, so today's workout I'm calling DLX Red Band Workout. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be working with the DLX Setup. That means we've got the anchor system hooked up, and I'm calling it the Red Band Workout because this really does showcase the versatility of doing a workout using only the red bands along with the handles and the foot loops. We will not be changing the bands at all. The only time we're using bands, they are red bands. All right, so we've got those two red bands, we've got our two handles, and we've got our two foot loops in addition to the wheel itself. So to start, I'd like you to take the bands, no extenders, just the bands themselves, and hook them up to the anchor bar. We're going to take the foot loops and the handles and just put them off to the side. We'll get to those in just a little bit. You're going to take the wheel itself and set it up to high axle. Make sure that's locked in nice and tight. Get that little wrist and forearm workout right off the bat. And we're going to hook up to the bar. Now you may see here, I just have a yoga mat rolled up. That's just because when I put the anchor system up here, I've got this bare wood floor, but I do already have this rug. So rather than put a whole mat out on top of the carpeting, I've just rolled up a mat to give the bar itself a little buffer. So that's what you see there. What I'd like you to do is once you've got everything set up, you're going to come up onto your knees, fairly close to the bar itself. You're maybe 6 inches to a foot away. And remember, anytime we're working with the anchor system, you can change the degree of the resistance from the bands just by adjusting how far away or how close you are to the anchor bar. So if you want more resistance, do your exercises further out. If you want to rein it in, just get a little bit closer. All right. So I'm on my hands and knees. We're going to start with some rollouts. I've got my ankles long, shoulders are over the hands, knees are under the hips. Let's take 3 cat-cows just to get the spine moving. Inhale, tail back, chest forward. Now exhale like you're pushing the wheel into the floor. Feel the opposition of the ribs lifting up. With the bar on high axle, it's going to be more of a challenge to find that roundness since we're a little bit more off the floor. Inhale, chest forward, tail back. Exhale, push the wheel down, lift the ribs up, tuck that tail, and round. One more time, chest forward, tail back. And exhale. Now from here, imagine you're squeezing an invisible ball between your knees. Feel that turn on the inner thighs. Feel that send a surge of energy up into the rest of the powerhouse. And let's take inhales as we roll out. Exhale, lift the ribs just like the cat of that cat-cow movement, and inhale out for 9. Exhale. Now as you're coming back in, don't let the hips, I'll do one bad one, don't let the hips shift back, because then you're just flexing at your hips, and we're not getting the work in the center. So try to keep the hips forward. You're using your glutes to drive the hips forward so that your hips stay more or less over your knees. All right, enough of the talking. You've got 6 more. And exhale. 5. Push the hips forward. 4. 3. 2. On number 1, we're going to keep it out for a 10 count. 9. 8. Don't lose that tuck of the tail. Don't lose the glutes or the deep abs. 5. 4. 3. 2, 1. I want you to come in slowly and find your control. Awesome. From here, crisscross your ankles and get yourself with your legs out in front. We're going to walk the wheel forward, control it with the feet, and then take it down onto our back. Find the right resistance for you. We're going to do 3 quick rounds of footwork. Starting on the arches, I want you to take your hands to the back of your head. Fold your head and chest up. Think of lifting your chest up higher than the bands with the elbows out wide so that the bands can clear the sides of the body. And this is a good way to train the upper abdominal fold, because if you're not finding that lift, if you're dropping back, you're going to feel the bands against your arm. So make sure you're folded enough that you clear the bands. And hip distance apart, natural turnout. Take it out on the exhale for 10. Inhale it back in, and 9. If the bands feel strong, I want you to make sure you're pushing those ribs down into the floor to secure your torso from movement. And take it for 5. Do your best to move the 2 ends of the wheel uniformly. And 3. Every time the wheel goes out, do you feel more depth in your center? And can you find more fold in the upper abdominals? And 1. Hold it right here. And then bring it back in. You're going to control the wheel with your hands as you walk it to your toes on the bar. Heels together, toes lightly apart in your central stance position, the V shape or the Pilates position as we call it. The heels are lightly lifted. Feel your toes really connecting to the bar. Your toes have to play an active role in controlling as we take it out for 10. If your toes are turned off, you're going to lose that bar. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back in. Control the wheel with your hands. Now walk to your heel pockets. The back of the arch where it meets the heel. Peel your toes up and back like your toes are reaching for your knees. Go ahead and switch the layering of your hands just to change that up. And reach your heels as if you're pushing your heels underneath the bar for 10. And 9. Really be smart on the way back in. That's where we can lose the wheel. And 8. Keep pushing that belly down into the floor. 7. And 6. Now for 5. And 4. Take it for 3. And for 2. And now for 1. Bring it back in. Hands to the wheel. Clear your feet off and bring yourself up with control. All right, from here, get back up onto your hands and knees. And then take it from high axle to low axle for a second round of rollouts. Now that we're on low axle, I want you to really dig into your round feeling. Knees are pushing into the floor, invisible wall between the thighs, and we take it out for 10. Really round. 9. Feel like you're not just bringing the wheel towards you, you're pushing it deeper into the floor. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. We've got another 10 count. Hold it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Tuck that tail out. Come in slow and controlled. All right. Sit back over your heels. For the first time in this workout, we're going to detach the wheel from the bands. Just give those a quick twirl and put them back against the anchor bar. I want you to take the wheel to your side as we open up and work the side body with some quick side bends in the style of the mermaid. Got the legs crisscrossed. Check in with how that feels. Hand is just forward of the shoulder. Reach the other arm away, up and over for a round of 8. Push down to come up. 7. Scooping out the underside, lengthening up and over the top side. 5. 4. Keep the away side sits bone anchored into the floor best you can. 2. And 1. Come up tall. Flip it, switch it, take your counter stretch. That feels good. Scoop under the bar, take it to the other side, and switch the cross of your legs. Again, hand is just forward of the shoulder. Make sure that the first thing you do is you find your connection to the backside. Get that shoulder down. Rotate your upper arm bone so that the bicep is rotating behind you. The tricep is tucking in under the armpit. And take it up and over for 8. Remember, it's not about getting the wheel as far away from you as possible. It's about taking the longest route possible with the spine. So if the wheel is just running away from you, you're actually very likely missing some of the work. 4. 3. Keep that top arm long and energized. 2. Don't let the elbow break. So don't give me this. Give me a reach from the rib cage. Come all the way up. Flip it. Switch it for your counter stretch. Open it up. Oh, man. After traveling, it feels good to open back up. Ha! Nice. All right, we're going to take the wheel, put it off to the side. We're going to grab your handles and bring those red bands back out and hook the handles up. We're going into some arm movement. And we'll put us back into our abdominal fold and we'll work our way into the 100 using the bands. So make sure your wheel is cleared out of your way. Take yourself down onto your back with the handles into your hands. I'm going to take a quick check on the feet. All right, we're in good shape. I don't know if you can hear it right now, but out where I am, in the Hamptons on the east end of Long Island, we are sticking out into the ocean and we are getting our first nor'easter, as they call it, of the winter season. It's my first time being out here at this time of year, and it's pretty crazy. The wind is howling through the trees out there, and if you step outside, you get slapped with the rain. All right, I'm down on my back. I've got my legs at a tabletop position. In tabletop, think of your knees being over your tailbone rather than over your hip creases. So you're actually spaced a little further out than you might think. Got the shoulders plugged into the back. Now hold this position with the knees together. only moving the arms and only moving them as if from the back muscles. Pull your shoulder blades down the back for 5, and then reach deeper into the handles. Find more work on the return. Remember what's going on here. Typically, if this was like a gym style movement, this would be the work, and then this would be the reset. But we know now that this is the work, and this is digging deeper into the work. And 2, and 1, and now put your feet down to the floor. Keep those thighs together. Let's turn on the powerhouse in a comprehensive way using our 3 fundamental powerhouse cues. Number 1, navel pushes down into the spine. Number 2, the shoulder blades pull down the back. Now they'll actually be moving the band. And number 3, the inner thighs are hugging tight together. As we do this, we accomplish the movement of an upper abdominal curl. Take an inhale to prepare, and exhale for 5. Reach into the bands to work your way out of it. And 4. Now for 3. Take it for 2. And now for 1, hold your position. Feel that reach into the bands. Now the head and chest stays up. Nothing moves except the arms. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, reach forward for 5. Every time you reach forward, find a deeper connection to your back and find maybe a little bit more fold in the upper abs. And 2. And 1. Now lift up and put the head down. Good. Now let's break it down and make it an even deeper connection. 4 parts of the movement. We go back to the first movement we did. Let's keep the feet on the floor though, thighs together. Number 1, pull the shoulders down the back, move the arms. Number 2, push into the handles to lift the head and chest, adding in the upper abs. Number 3, challenge that by lifting your arms up, not dropping the head. Once the arms are up, number 4, float your head back down while keeping energy against the bands. We have 4 more of those. We're going to add a breath assignment. It starts on an inhale. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, head down. And for 3, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, challenge. Exhale, head down. Now for 2, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, head down. Now our last rep is going to transition into the 100. Be ready. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, but don't put the head down. As you exhale, reach the arms forward again, bring the legs to tabletop, and pump the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. Inhale, 2, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. Only breath. That's 100. Work your way out of it. Nicely done. Good stuff. Now, if you'd like, you can slide down even a little bit further. I want you to bring your elbows to the mat. While we're here, let's work a quick tricep movement that is still all about all the other connections. You're going to reach your hands into the mat and then bend the arms. What I want you to feel is that when you're bending the arms, you're actually reaching your elbows further down the line. Inhale, reach the hands. Exhale, reach the elbows. You've got 5 and 5, 4 and 4, 3 and 3, 2 and 2, 1. Now keep the arms long. Push into those bands. Get the head and chest up. Float the hands off the mat. Bring yourself back to tabletop. I want 10 small circles in each direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reach into those bands. Head and chest comes out. All right, leave those bands behind you. I want you to bring yourself up. And keep the handles on the bands, but again, you're going to swirl them around and get them out of your way. I want to take the next 5 minutes to work only with our bodies, going into the series of 5. Let's take all that connection we just found with the red bands and have that same energy, even though we're working just with our body. Now bring the knees all the way in. And give me an upper abdominal curl 5 times, getting ready for the series of 5. And 4. Don't compress the front of the neck. 2. And 1. Both hands to one knee. Reach the other leg out. And we're switching for 8. 7. If you want to go to advanced hand position, go for it. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Bring both knees in, grab the ankles, and put the head down. Can you keep your tailbone on the mat while hugging the legs in like this? Fold the head and chest up. How close can you get your forehead and your knees? Could they literally touch? Perhaps. Now on an inhale, reach the arms and legs. On the exhale, circle, double leg pull for 8. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the ankles and put the head down. Single straight leg stretch. Head and chest up. Flex the feet, reach the heels up to the sky. Send one leg away. Can you hold the ankle with both hands? Keep the feet flexed and take it for 5. And switch. 4 and 4. 3 and 3. 2 and 2. 1 and 1. Bring the knees in and put your head down. This time, take your hands, one palm over the other behind the head. We've got our double straight leg stretch. Fold the head and chest up. You've got your hands to help, so no excuses. Find that upper abdominal fold. Reach the legs up, give me a little rotation. Don't be afraid to soften the knees. We want the work in the abs and not just stretch for the hip flexors. And take it for 5. Inhale, keep that low back on the mat. Exhale. Inhale into the ribs. Keep the belly flat. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees in, put the head down. Switch the layering of your palms, going into your non-habitual layering. Fold your head and chest up, straight away into your crisscross, a full round of 10. We're going right and left. 9, 8, 7, keep those elbows wide. 6, twist the ribs. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Grab your knees, rock up to seated. Nice work. If you were with me all the way, really, really well done. All right, let's get this wheel back in. I want you to adjust to high axle now. And once you're there, we're returning to a side bend series. Now we've got one thigh rotating internally in that mermaid style. One hand on the bar. You get yourself set. I'm going to take one last quick check on the feet. And I see that we're still looking good. All right, we've got 20 minutes to go, folks. Let's make them count. Hand just forward to the shoulder. Reach the other arm away. Take it up and over for 5 this time. Push down. We're on high axle. It's going to be harder to find that shape, so really scoop it out. Take it for 3, and up. 2, and 1, and bring it back up, counter stretch. These are moving a little faster now. Take it to the other side, switch the legs. Even though you're in this internal, external, make sure that you're keeping the hips as square as possible. Try to get that away side sits bone down into your floor. Reach away, up and over for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and counter stretch it. Good. From here, I want you to slide your legs underneath the bar. And we're taking it back to a roll-up. Now I want comprehensive lengthening for the whole back side of the body. I'm going to keep my feet hip distance apart. You can do that too. But have the feeling of an inner thigh energy. Take it down onto your back. You've got 8 of these. Inhale, lift the arms, head, and chest. Exhale, round forward as you pull back with the ribs. Point the toes if you get far enough. And 7. On the way down, glue your ribs to the floor. Reach the wheel back only as far as you don't lose that connection. And keep it moving. You've got 5 more. Find an energy, find a flow. 3. 2. 1. This time keep the wheel on the floor. Stack yourself up to a tall spine. Take the feet a little wider. It's spine stretch forward for 5. Remember, it's up and over as if there's a big ball sitting on your lap and you've got to get your spine up and over. Take a tall inhale. Exhale, 5. Lift the low back. Find that deep connection to your abdominal center. 4. 3. Let the shoulder blades slide forward and then pull them back into place. 2. And out for 1. Bring it back up and just sit tall. All right, here we go. We're going to take this bar back to low axle as a preset. And then once we're back on low axle, I want you to place the wheel off the side. Come up onto your knees and take those handles once again. We're going into a kneeling chest expansion. Find a place, ideally, where you just have the start of tension on the bands and the hands are a little bit in front of the body. Remember, don't be misled. The movement is not simply backward and forward. The movement is down and down again as the rest of the system lifts up in opposition. Take an inhale and exhale. As you inhale, reach down and back, find the credit cards in your armpits. As you exhale, don't drop them. Good, inhale and exhale. Make these claw hands and energize the entire length of your arm. Now we're adding the head turns. Inhale, hold the breath, look right, look left, look forward, and exhale, return. Other way first. Inhale, hold the breath. Are your glutes firing? They better be. If you're not using your glutes right now, don't bother doing the exercise. Look, 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 and return. Last time. Scrape low, lift high. Look, look, look. This time hold it back, pulse behind you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And carefully, with control, return. All right, from here I want you to cross your ankles, get back onto your tush, and take your legs out front. We're going to do a half rollback sequence into a bicep curl. Set up your feet hip distance apart. You're going to reach up and forward into the tension of the bands. And you may want to adjust once you figure out where you are, because we're using the band for the purpose of the rollback and then also for the bicep curl. So make sure there's enough tension to give you appropriate resistance for your bicep curls. Straight arms, push up into the bands, and roll back for 5, halfway down. Scoop it back up, and give me 4. Keep your feet grounded. And 3, 2, and now on 1, get half of your spine in the mat, walk your feet and thighs together, show me that inner thigh connection, keep your elbows at the height of your shoulders, and bicep curl for 10. And 9, every time you curl your biceps, you should also feel it like a hit in the gut. 6, keep those shoulders on your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the arms, scoop it all the way up. Really nicely done. All right, I'm gonna give myself a little more room. I'm gonna take the wheel all the way off to the side. As we go into the movement we call rowing into the sternum, if we were working the classical reformer. Now, you're going to line yourself up so that when you come into this start position, you're just at the start of tension on the bands. Make sure you just have a little bit to start. Now lift up tall, press your fists tight together, get your shoulders on the back. We want deep spinal articulation, and we want big range of motion with power in the arms. If this is new to you, then just watch for the first round or two. I'm going to inhale to lift up tall. The exhale rolls me back. Inhale takes the arms out. Exhale, opposition of head and arms, reaching back as I scoop out the abs. From here, I inhale, lift up. And exhale, dive forward for the toes. Keeping a deep scoop in the center of the body. Once again, inhale up. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, reach it out wide. Exhale, push back, reach forward. And lift up. And dive. 2 more times. I love the way this feels. Take a tall inhale. Exhale, roll it back. Opposition of tail and navel. Reach out wide. Can you get the arms to move first? And then at the head. Beautiful. Keep that reach in the arms. Up and over. And dive it out. Good. Last time. Roll it back. Keep that recline. Reach it out. Push the arms first. Add the head. Good. Up and over. And dive it out. Nicely done. All right, now sit up tall, flex your feet. A variation on what we call rowing 90 degrees. Find this shape so that your elbows are straight out from your shoulders and your hands are straight up from the elbows. 90-degree angles. Do your best to maintain that. We're going to hinge back 5 times, keeping tall. Inhale and exhale. Feel how you have to push up into the bands so that you don't lose those right angles. 3 and 3. 2 and 2. Now for 1. And this time lift the arms up into the bands. Reach as far forward as you can. You're going to pull back into the tension of the bands. Reach back behind you. Now lift the belly, lift the arms, and take 1 more dive toward the toes. Beautiful. From here, I want you to turn it around, come up onto your knees. We're going to do a kneeling series based on some of our forward-facing rowing movements from the classical reformer. First, we're going to start with a variation that we call serving. Make sure you're good and centered on the anchor bar. And again, this is one of those places where you get to decide how much resistance to work against. I want you to turn on your seat and think of hinging a little bit forward from your knees. Palms up right beside the chest, elbows back. Chest itself is open. Exhale, reach out for 10. 9. Can you reach the arms forward while keeping the shoulders back and keeping the belly in and up? 5, 4, 3, 2. On number 1, reach out. Let's get the elbows out, middle fingers touch. We're hugging a tree 5 times. Chest wide. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time, bend the elbows, bend at your knees and your hips, and sit back on your heels. Good. Now from here, you'll notice that we lose the tension on the bands. That's fine, pardon me, for the start of the exercise. This is a transition that I want to use as an exercise of its own. Think of comprehensively using the whole system to get you up and out. We've got 5 of these. You can watch for 1 or 2 and then join in. I've got my feet flexed and toes tucked. On the inhale, I reach up and out. On the exhale, I bring it back in with control. Inhale, tuck that tail, lift the belly, and exhale back in. And 3. And now for 2. And now for 1. This time keep reaching, come up and over. Let's get the thumbs and pointer fingers together. Make sure the glutes and the belly are active. We're finishing this sequence with shaving. We've got it for 10, 9, 8. Keep yourself upright. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open it up and center yourself over your knees. Ah, beautiful. Love that. All right. Turn around and face your anchor. I want you to take the handles off and trade them out for your foot loops. We're going down onto our backs for a quick series of leg springs. We're going to take frogs, small circles, and then we're going to work on a short spine massage. Short spine massage with the anchor system is awesome and works really well. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll find out in just a moment. So go ahead and lay yourself down on your back. I'm going to space myself a good distance away. Make sure I'm centered. And then hook into my foot loops. Alright, once I'm here, I find the tension on the bands, arms by the side. I'm activating the back of my arms and shoulders into the mat. Heels are connected. And I'm frogging it out for 10, 9, 8, 7. Remember, if you visually see the legs reaching strongly that way, you better feel the opposition of the scoop in and up with the belly. Like you're trying to get your navel to the back of your neck. 3, 2, and 1. From here, the legs stay out. Small circles, 10, 9, 8. Control from here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reverse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Feel that reach 1. Now just hold. Feel the opposition of scoop and reach. Bend the knees back in. That feeling is what starts our short spine massage. If you need to watch for 1 or 2, give yourself the chance right here. We reach the frog out, we come up, bend the knees in, and we roll back down into the tension of the bands, bone by bone through the spine. I'm going to move out just a little bit further, and we've got 4. Reach deeper into the bands. See how long you can delay the bands losing their tension. Think of it that way. I'm reaching into it. I'm reaching into it still from my glutes. And let's go 2 more. And last one. Up and over. Find that lift in the hips. Now keep that space between the thighs and the ribs as you roll down into the tension of the bands. Boom. Nicely done. Let's get those off. Lengthen your legs out. Give yourself a proper roll up. And before we go back to the wheel itself, I want to make sure we get in a little bit of extension work. Now what I'd like to do today, make sure you're centered, you're going to take these foot loops and leave them on. You're going to work the foot loops to your elbow creases. I know this seems weird, but what this is more than anything a training device to find a feeling of where the movement should be going with your shoulders. So you're going to move forward into the tension of the bands and lay yourself down. Your feet are pretty close to the anchor bar. Heels together. Now I want you to push your hands down into the mat right beside your chest. And now the feeling is of the bands pulling your elbows back and thus pulling your shoulder blades and your shoulder heads back. I want you to allow the bands to always be pulling on you. So don't fight back against them. Let them pull on you and give you the feeling of sliding your shoulders deeper into your back. We're going to do 5 extensions only for the upper spine, and then 5 more for the whole spine. Press into your hands, reach the chest forward and up, and lengthen down. 4. Always let the bands pull on you. 3. 2. And 1. And take it down. Now separate the feet. Keep those glutes active. Move your hands forward until they're under your shoulders. Keep the elbows back. Now inhale, press in. Maybe you come towards straight arms. As you exhale, let the bands pull your elbows backward as your chest reaches forward. Now for 4. Inhale. And exhale. 3. 2. And now for 1. And lengthen it back down. And find your child's pose. Man, I can't tell you how much the spine gets compressed after long plane flights. And we feel that when we go into extension, and we feel like there's a little less mobility. So it's so important to do this kind of work after extended travel. And then roll it back up. And sit up tall. All right. To close out our workout, let's get these bands off. Quickly bring the wheel back in. It should be on low axle and waiting for us in that position. And to finish, we've got 3 transitions to plank. We've got 5 variations on the long stretch. If you're up for it, we've got 5 push-ups. And then we're popping it up and closing up shop. All right, let's get those feet flexed and toes tucked. And we're reaching out into my wheel. Now those 3 transitions, I'm trying not to move the wheel. I take it out on the exhale, lift the belly, take it out for 3. Bring the knees down, take it back, the wheel doesn't move. And 2. And now for 1, hold it. Good. Keep those feet planted. Can you drive the wheel forward and scoop it back in for 5? Here's your long stretch. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Hold. If you're up for it, anchor those wheels underneath your shoulders. Get the thumbs wrapped over for false grip. And chest to the bar. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Lift the belly, lift the hips until the bands die out. Separate your feet underneath your hips and hang the head with soft knees. Make sure the belly is lifted just enough to keep the fingertips off the floor. Shake the head no. No tension, no stress. Nod the head yes. Say yes to feeling good. And push your knees forward. Tail under as you roll up. Get that last stretch in the back. And as the spine straightens out, the legs straighten out. The ribs stay gently closed. The chest opens wide as the shoulders melt into the back. Crown floats to the sky. You're ready to take on the day, even if that just means curling up by the fire, getting a hot bowl of soup. That's what I feel like doing on a day like this. Take an inhale where you are, and exhale, step out over that finish line. Good to be back with you guys. I hope you've stayed active and have been well the past couple of weeks. Now that we're back together, you'll be seeing me again on a regular basis. And I'll be back in just a couple days with the next workout. For our next workout, we'll take it back to a core center of room workout, and then we'll change it up and vary between the two. All right, till then, be strong, stay safe, onward and upward.